sheets because that's the only place you feel safe enough to let your true emotions out. You wipe your tears, put on a brave smile, and walk out the door, pretending everything is perfectly fine so you don't look like a weak Christian. But deep down, something inside you still feels fractured. Today, we need to have a really honest conversation because bottling up your pain isn't protecting your faith, it's slowly destroying it. We learn to hide instead of heal. Welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. For a lot of us, we were taught early on, maybe by our families or even by well-meaning people in our lives, that using our emotions was a bad thing. We learned to equate hiding our feelings with being strong. We thought if we just packed our feelings somewhere and ignored them, we could survive. Pain doesn't disappear. Hidden pain still hurts. But trauma and pain don't just disappear because time passes or because you swallow them. They hide in your reactions, and they whisper in your fear of getting close to people again. You might be wondering why God hasn't healed your deep emotional wounds yet. But here's the raw truth you need to hear today. God does not heal what we pretend isn't there. Let's look at the first reason why suppressing your pain hurts your walk with God. When you bottle things up, you accidentally turn your relationship with Him into a performance. You start to think that if you aren't doing everything perfectly, or if you aren't coming to Him completely put together, He just won't listen to you. You start believing you have to come correct to Him, so if your heart is a mess, you just avoid Him entirely. But God doesn't want a performance, He wants you. Think about it. Some of us spend years investing in everyone else's lives, acting like Bob the Builder, trying to solve everyone else's problems, while our own emotional house is completely falling down. We pack our feelings away just to stay in survival mode. But ignoring your pain doesn't make you more spiritual. It just leaves you emotionally exhausted and disconnected from the one who can actually heal you. The second thing you need to know is that your body will never forget what you try to suppress. You might think you can just ignore the betrayal or the abandonment and move on, but the more you push those emotions down, the more they eat away at you from the inside. You might find that you can't even focus on simple tasks, or you feel completely numb because you spent years actively avoiding your own feelings. Your tears matter. Your pain isn't weak faith. That emotional avoidance is often just a dysfunctional adaptation we build to survive fear, or a wall we put up so we don't disappoint anyone. But please listen carefully. Your pain is not proof of weak faith. It is proof that you love deeply. When you refuse to cry, you are blocking the very release God gave you to process hurt. If somebody disappoints you, you are allowed to cry. You need to learn how to sit with your emotions, because doing so is the bridge that leads to truly opening up to God. Bring your tears to God. The next step in this journey is realizing that God wants to heal you by returning your voice. Past trauma and toxic relationships taught you to stay quiet just to keep the peace. But God is teaching you to speak the truth so you can stay whole. Look at Hannah in the Bible, in 1 Samuel chapter 1. She was misunderstood, provoked, and broken. But she didn't bottle up her pain or put on a fake smile. She took her tears straight to God. Her raw, ugly tears didn't drive God away. They actually drew Him near. Her suffering became the altar where her miracle was conceived. Because pain isn't always the enemy. Sometimes it is the classroom where God prepares you for your purpose. God wants you to bring your absolute mess to Him. Write Him a letter. Ask Him the hard questions. Tell Him exactly how much it hurts. It is okay to be angry and confused because the Creator of the universe can handle your raw honesty. I want you to experience a divine reframe today. The season of emotional pain you are in right now is not a punishment. It is preparation. Psalm 34, verse 18 tells us that the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. He is not distant, and He is certainly not disappointed in you for hurting. He is just waiting for you to let Him touch the places you have learned to fiercely protect. When you finally stop pretending you are okay, you give Him permission to restore the parts of you that stopped trusting joy. You are not broken. You are not damaged goods. You are right in the middle of a holy restoration. If this message spoke to your spirit today, I want you to declare this right now. Type these words boldly in the comments. I am being restored. Let that be your public declaration that you are done hiding your pain and you are finally ready to let God heal your heart completely. If this word blessed you, please subscribe and walk this journey with us, because there is so much more healing, truth, and restoration ahead. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.